Okay guys, going to be going into market on the DAX. It's going to be relatively easy trade. I've got a lot of momentum running behind the trade as we speak. Just going to drop an order in there. Bash. Right, just need to adjust that to about 17 pips. That'll do actually. Okay, so where's all this come from? We've just actually entered the market as we speak. It really comes from here. So if I come into this, what we'll see is there's an Ask Scruff, and Mitch had asked for this. Also, earlier on in the Bulls and Bears, it was on Fossil's watch list as well. So I've been into it, done the market update. Now what I do each morning is I'll work the strengths out to them. It's unique to me, so they can see exactly what the state of play is in the market. Okay. Now from here, do a news update so they can see what's going on. And then I'll start coming down through it. Now, the DAX here is showing 17. I'll show you the bigger version of this in a moment. But then I'll take it a bit further and drop it into here. So I'll do the markup so they can see all the levels, etc. Then I'll tell them what the trade idea is as well. What it is I'm looking for, what the direction is, and basically how to get into this thing. Now, how to get into it, you'll easily find all of this sort of stuff. And within the Discord, it's all there. But if you come to the video vault, there's the way of the Scruff. And the way of the Scruff is, well, at the moment, it's 53 modules of exactly how I trade. So everything they need is there. So what is it that I'm looking at? Well, at the moment, we can see there's a massive pressure wave coming through, pushing up. Now, this has been building over the last couple of days. And how do you know that? Well, drop it back to the hour. And what you can see is it's pulling against this particular move, which actually accelerated from here down. And it tried to come up yesterday, flushed everything out, but look how the levels all respect each other. And then it's failed the lows, and then it's going back into the range of this, because that's what it's been doing. Okay, so it went into a big range, it's dropped down into the second one, and now it's working its way back with a lot of gusto. Now, you've also got news behind this driving it. It's not massive news, but it's enough to gain interest. Well, if this is pushing up at this point, which it is, where's it going to go? Well, to start looking for levels that it's been to prior. This is why I was highlighting these areas down here, because it does bounce off them over and over. Well, if that's the case, it's this black one. So what you do, you step it forward. That's where 17 pips comes from. Okay, it's also based off its ATR. And what's it do? Well, it's the plateau of this bit here, which happens to have happened again here. And as you go through history, here, here, and here, and you just run it back over and here. So this area that it's running at, there's a high probability it can get there. Okay, what if it's wrong? Well, if it's wrong, it's going to pull all the way against this. And if it breaks through, it's going to come all the way back down here. At the moment, there's a big high probability it's going to go into where I want it to go. So I'm happy to leave it. But if it gets through these lines here, then I may have a problem. So what I'll do is I'll scage into this, maybe to this, around this area, and then I'll be looking to sort of think, it's time to exit, time to get out. Now, I do have money in the tank. There was a similar scenario on oil earlier on, so that put money in from yesterday. So we running. I'm about 100 quid ahead of the game. So I don't really need to worry that much. So I can stage in and then push it forward. It's a principle that I use all the time. I did show you this yesterday, but today's was its last day. And if I pull this up, I'll kind of show you. And we drop this over. pull that there. You've got gold. Gold was doing a similar thing. It ran down thing and then it's rallied up. And I took advantage of that on this small account this morning. Little bit of Bitcoin, bit of gold, $5. Doesn't sound much, but when you look to where it's come from, sort of these things, this is just for those who've not seen this before. Flick that over, growth tracker. It came from 15 quid. So £15 start, 24 days in, completely straight right through. We're now looking, the balance was 189 quid. I'm quite happy with that. It's a phenomenal growth. And if I just drop this up, just so you can kind of see it. 15 quid. And there's the same principle running right through. Sometimes you've got to sacrifice trades. There you go. All right. And this is now complete. I'll just be cashing that out and, well, making it into something else, I suppose. The principle is identical here. And that's how you build your wages up. So you start with something small, you build it up, put it into something else, build that up, put that into something else. And then you just keep on harvesting and farming. And eventually you end up with something good. But it all comes from basic principles. And the basic principle is level to level and take what the market is willing to give. Simple stuff. So I need to look after the wild wonder because she's suffering.
You're going to make the coffee.
What? Look, your other hand works. She cut her hand. Everybody say ah. Apparently I have to be nurse. I'd rather be the doctor. Shall I probe you?
Get on with what you're doing.
I want to probe you. Right, let's crack on. Okay guys, a quick interlude because I'm asked on pretty much every video a couple of questions. Who do I use and what platform do I use to build small accounts? Well, it's very simple. I come to Black Bull because you can trade with any amount of money that you choose. You've got over 26,000 products. So if you're Forex, indices, shares, commodities, you're going to find it. And they've got excellent world-leading leverage, which you can use to open up an asset and get your positions in. And also the spreads are fantastic. These are the companies that I use to build up. From here, I take it over into the fivers. I have never had a problem getting paid off these, as you can see. And one of the beauties of the fivers at the moment is they're introducing new programs and platforms all the time. They've now recently come back over into the US. So you guys can now take advantage of the prop. And you've got C Trader. And you've got the 3 programs here to choose from, which are very cost effective. Now, to give you an example, there's an account there, 157. You might be thinking, wow, what's that got to do with anything? Well, it is Black Bull, but let's see where it came from. Well, if I take this right to the very top, you'll see it started with £15, and then there's all of the trades running through. Don't get it right all the time, but running through £142 worth of profit, giving me 157. Well, if that's the case, I can now go and buy a prop fund and then feed those funds back into the live to push it forward. Now, if you're interested in any of these, come along and visit my website. You will see everything that I do, and there's extra discounts and exclusive links for both the companies. And both companies use the following platforms, which is TradingView, CTrader and MetaTrader. My personal choice is MetaTrader, but it's all there for you, so you're on the same page, whichever.
I'd buy that for $1.
Good luck. Catch you soon. Let's get back to the video. Okay, boys and girls, that's that job done. It's almost too easy, this, isn't it? Well, actually, it is easy. So all you've got to do is just plan out what it is you're looking for. You know, it's just as well it's cashed out because the rollover from yesterday is now kind of finished. So just make certain I've got no tickets running. There we go. There's your 85 quid. The clock's rolled over, so the oils have dropped off. And what we're left with is 120 quid. Now, I'll be going back to USJPY to finish off today. Might get a little bit of oil in as well. But what's important here is look at this key level. Now, I was trading into that level, and there was a high probability it was going to come up there. It's stalled steadily along this. It's pushed up. There's a little bit of news coming in on the French side, which will affect the euro, which will affect the DAX. And then 11 o'clock, there's some more low impact news coming in for this. So these levels here I'd already identified as key push points. And that's where the market will push into it. Now, they become what's called BOB, bounce or break. Now, at the moment, it's bouncing. Now, it might bounce along here for about an hour or so and then break through. But in the meantime, while it's bouncing, it might actually decide to come against this. So this is where the target was important. It was only willing to give me, or I should say, as I set out, to get 17 pips. And I set out to buy the thing in a bull market. Now, was it a good trade? Yeah, it was. Was it the correct trade to take? Yeah, I think so. And it was all based on the target. Now, if I try to hold that up to here, I'll probably have a problem now. And that's something that I don't want. So there you go. So that was for you, Mitch and Fossil. Salute to you. Everything we do is about putting the homework in. Now, I had a meeting this morning with the guys, and it was all about how to control your emotions, settle yourself down. And one of the big takeaways was about targeting effectively. If you target effectively, it makes the job a lot easier. And if it's only willing to give you 5 pips, well, that's this hour. What about the next hour? We might get 5 pips out of that as well. So now you've got 10 pips in the bag. What about the hour after that? Well, you've now got 15 pips. And that's kind of why I was talking about oil and having petrol in the tank. I was already 100 quid of where I wanted to be from yesterday. Because I look to trade about 200 quid a day. And I'm happy with that, you know. Well, yesterday I did 3. So that 3 meant I had 100 quid extra to play with. And I was happy to use that while it was on the time clock of the 24 hours. Just simple stuff. Little hacks like that really get you through the day. And then you've got other little hacks, because I often hack her off. I get on your nerves all the time, don't I?
No, sometimes.
What do you mean sometimes? You're meant to say, no, you're the love of my life. Am I the love of your life?
Yeah.
See that? She likes this, boys and girls. Yeah. Do you want to play with you, Willie? Yeah.
Oh, don't.
Do you know what she does, right?
No.
She loves having that about. You know.
I don't, it's you.
Yeah, there you go.
Not even funny.
What do you mean I'm not even funny?
He is.
Do you know something that's going to be put on? Oh, I didn't change my shirt, did I? See, you're not looking after us again.
Scruffy.
I am actually. I've always got my dinner down my front and all sorts. What are you doing playing with that knob?
I'm not doing it away.
Yeah. Naughty girl. No, for those of you who've just been here before, yes, that is what you think it is. And it's actually for what's called Knobhead of the Week. Normally you get some sort of prelate who's having a go. Then we play Knobhead of the Week and one thing and another, and we have a jolly time of things. Either that or we get the shit out. You know, got the shit as well. Yeah, you can have the shit. Yeah, play the shit. Yeah. And then I've got my own stress ball, which is this. And it's indestructible. Happy days. But I'm going to show you something before I scoot away. Now, if you drop in the comments talking points, I will bring them up in these little monologues that I do after a trade. I do them pretty much a trade every single day, and I do it for the guys. And as you've seen, I told them what I was doing before I went to market, because it's the fairest way. And I also let them pick the chart pretty much 90% of the time. So nothing's ever cherry picked. So do that. But let's just flick this back a second. I was bang on to target and get that out, because now the news is coming in, it is pulling back down on itself. Now that pull back down to here would be quite aggressive. Now I can stage into it to get out, but what's the point of going up to there thinking I've got money, oh, I haven't got much money, oh, I haven't got much money, oh shit, I've got no money, bollocks, I'm frightened now. Get out, scratch. Take your money here when it was offered, you get paid, do it again in an hour's time. That's the essence of trading, guys, and that's what gets you through the day. Hope's all well, but as always, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.